the span of a few weeks, Jacksfit has went from an inspiring figure in the gym community to one of the most hated. He began his TikTok career showing off his gym progress as he tried everything to gain weight and collaborated with loved influencers such as Joe Fazer. But as the views started to roll into Jack's channel, so did the controversy, and his reputation has been left in the mud as he's turned his back on his friends and started to chase the views and OF models. His comment section, which was once filled with positivity, has quickly turned sour as they now prey on his downfall. But why do his comment section now hate him, and was it entirely his fault? It all started when Jack uploaded his first TikTok in September of 2023, which was him curling some pink weights and showing off his very skinny physique. Around this time, he weighed just 49 kilograms, which at a height of 6'1" could be classed as dangerously underweight.
You know, I'm 6'1" and I'm 18. So I've got the scale and it says 7 stone 10, which is 100 pounds or 50 kilograms.
Even from the beginning, he gained hate comments, laughing at his physique and asking him if he was using steroids. It's pretty clear he wasn't sure what he was doing, as he was just doing countless reps with these dumbbells. But this isn't something to laugh at, as it shows someone who's fighting to make a change to his body, but just doesn't have the knowledge or guidance yet to do it. He explains in another video that he does 200 reps of 2 kilogram weights, which just shows the level of knowledge he had prior to starting his journey.
Alright, so everyone's been asking why I use 2 kg weights, and it's mainly just because these are the only weights I've really got right now. For now, I'm doing 2 kg, 200 reps every day, and then I might get some 4 kg and do like 50 a day, 100 a day, and just build it up really.
Despite the trolls though, Jack powered on. He's consistently uploaded videos documenting his fitness journey, and although some of the practices may not be ideal in the long run, it showed a sheer determination to get where he wants to be. You can also tell in his videos that he is a pretty shy person, and he's explained the fact that he felt quite socially awkward and found it difficult to make friends when he was growing up. This feeling of awkwardness seeps through in his videos, and it's something that people will try and exploit later on. He's actually explained the reason he started the gym in a podcast clip, which is something that a lot of people probably feel they can relate to, and it's something a lot of guys go through.
It's something I've never spoke about. I was speaking to a girl for basically the whole of the summer, and things just didn't work out, and I just felt like really like the lowest I've been. Before starting the gym, I just felt really low, really demotivated. I'd go to college 2 days a week, so the other 5 days I'd literally be in my room for like 7-8 hours a day, just laying there. And then I just thought, you know what, I need to get up. I had these 2 kilogram dumbbells that maybe I'd got for Christmas or something, and I just set up my phone facing my door and just started lifting the weights. I had no clue what I was doing, but I think that's what's good about the journey. Learning, I had to learn from absolutely scratch.
Despite him opening up, the comments weren't exactly empathetic, laughing at the fact he got depressed after not getting past the talking stage with a girl. Nevertheless, he gained a following. Whether these followers were trolls or people congratulating him, it didn't really matter to Jack, as his follower count was exploding and his views on his videos were starting to snowball. Soon enough, Jack was hitting 70,000 followers on TikTok, and he actually dropped out of college to pursue content creation full time. This may seem like a ridiculous thing to do, but for Jack, whose dream it was to be a fitness influencer, and the fact that he was making money through his TikTok account meant he felt confident enough to do this. This decision for him must have been massive, as he's only 17 years old and wouldn't have finished any of his courses to get the qualifications. But he was probably seeing other fitness influencers in the space doing this full time, and thought success wasn't possible if he stayed in education. Eventually, Jack was vindicated in this decision, as not long after this, he became a sponsored MyProtein athlete. It's probably a good time to remind you that he made his account around 9 months ago. So in this time, he started his fitness journey, dropped out of college, and became a sponsored athlete, which is an absolutely ridiculous rise and something that people spend years of their life trying to do. Despite him being sponsored, people were starting to say the same thing. He looks exactly the same as when he started, so what gives him the right to be sponsored by a protein brand? Well, they had a point. Jack was someone who barely knew what he was doing a few months ago, and now was giving advice as to what exercises to do and giving information information on what supplements to take. A lot of fans probably felt like he didn't deserve this, but his advice wasn't the reason he gained the sponsorship. Take for example Brentley G. He's a sponsored athlete of Greg Doucette's brand, but he's very clearly not an athlete. However, he gets sponsored not because of his current shape, but because they share their journey every step of the way and are aiming to inspire others on their fitness journey. Brands see them as relatable and inspiring, which is exactly their goal. At the start of the new year, Jack caught the attention of Joe Fazer, a YouTuber with over 1.6 million subscribers, who, like Jack, struggled to gain weight and was bullied for being the skinny kid throughout childhood. Joe created a video titled "Here's How to Get Big as a Skinny Guy," which has went on to gain 1 million views and tons of positivity in the comment section. This guy's gonna be a Chad soon, trust the vision. However, despite the faith that his fanbase had for him, 4 months on from this video, Jack has still struggled to gain any more weight and is currently sitting at around 55 kilograms. His daily eating videos show that he still isn't eating enough and making questionable choices when it comes to his weight gain, which his comment section is relentless in telling him. Nevertheless, his audience is still growing, but is starting to notice a change in Jack's personality. Jack started to do more and more collabs with other influencers, which as someone who had no confidence in himself just mere months ago, it's honestly great to see. You don't need to be a beast to meet up with other creators online for gym sessions, and it was good to see him looking like he was genuinely making friends in the industry. He was going to lifting events, meeting people, getting gifts from different gym companies and more. To him, this was a dream come true, and life must have felt as though it was moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It was everything he dreamt of, and he was having the time of his life. But the candle that burns the brightest burns out twice as fast, and Jack's candle was about to burn out very soon. Jack started to get his vision clouded by the clout and views, beginning to post rage bait and start chasing the money. Unfortunately, there are people online who look to exploit creators like Jack, people who have been thrust into the limelight and have been given everything without a chance to process or know what they're doing with it, and those people started to target Jack.
I want to make it.
One of the first incidents that started to change public opinion against him was the OF girl incident. OF models taking advantage of socially awkward young guys isn't exactly breaking news or a new thing, with the most popular incident being Astrid Wet and her exploitation of Cal the Dragon, leading him on and making him think that he had a chance with her, but she was just using him to send viewers to her website. The exact same thing happened with Jacksfit and Alexis Reed. The pair have nothing in common, and to you and me, it's pretty transparent what she was doing.
Do you reckon you can handle all that, Jack?
Can handle anything.
After Jack called himself a stud, he showed that he met up with Alexis and filmed a collab, but I don't want to pay for her OF, so we can't know for certain this is all they filmed. After he rightly got called out for filming with an OF model, he clapped back, claiming she was his friend and in no way using him for views.
Right, it's getting pretty annoying now. You need to stop. At the end of the day, I've got a lot of friends that do social media. I do videos with them. I do collabs. They are not using me for clout.
But this situation seemed to escalate after Jack appeared on stream with Ed Matthews, an OF manager who was known for exploiting people like him and using them for clip farming and views. Jack can be seen in the background of the stream that Ed Matthews put together, looking incredibly uncomfortable, looking down at his phone most of the time. Alexis doesn't actually make too much of an effort to speak to him either, which just adds to the awkwardness of the stream, especially considering it looked like a double date scenario. At one point, Ed even tells him to loosen up a bit and drink more because he just looks incredibly uncomfortable filming with the group. To give some context as to how Jack felt about Alexis, earlier in the stream he tried his luck with her and put his arm around her in the back of a car, which is incredibly difficult viewing, but may explain his actions later in the same stream, which is where most of the controversy around him has sprung up. A lot of his friends in the industry could see what Ed and Alexis were doing with Jack. They made videos and TikToks and started to call on him to stop streaming with the OF models and Ed Matthews.
They don't want to see this fake facade that you put up of yourself, which isn't you.
Hey Jess, get on my level.
And even worse, taking deals with OF managers for a bit more bread is dumb. These people aren't your friends. They're using you for money so they can promote the OF, okay?
It seemed like these messages were put out too late, as later in a stream with Ed, this infamous video of Jack surfaced and may live on to haunt him for the rest of the time he creates videos, as he has been relentlessly trolled for how he acted on stream and for thinking he genuinely had a chance with Alexis.
Oh, that's sexual harassment, Bob.
This particular stream ends with them raving in the car, with Jack looking just as uncomfortable as when the stream started, but it was about to get a lot worse for him, as he did yet another stream with Ed. Jack unfortunately played right into Ed's hands and gave him even more moments to clip from the stream, such as this one with Jack attempting to talk to girls in the street.
This is my boy Jack behind you.
So, where are you guys from?
Nottingham.
I'm from near Manchester.
Nice. Whereabouts in Manchester?
From Huddersfield.
I don't actually know where that is, but nice.
It's like near Leeds.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's,
well up north.
The biggest controversy from the stream, however, was when he accused one of his friends in the fitness industry of being a fake natural, just after filming a collab video with him. Ed asked Jack if he thought that James Beardwell, a well-liked influencer, was a fake natural, to which his response was to smirk and nod his head. This video is genuinely sad to see, and the comments in James's reaction to this video were that this was the beginning of Jack's downfall. Jack actually apologized too, but the apology video is almost as embarrassing as the clip itself, as he can't even contain his laughter throughout the apology, and seems to think that accusing his friend in the industry of steroids is a big joke.
I've spoken with I've spoken with James personally, and I've apologised for what I've said about him, and I just want to apologise to you guys. Maybe I've not been myself.
This led him to release an apology video for the apology video, and it's all getting slightly messy and confusing. And it was about to get even more messy for Jack after Ed Matthews leaked the DMs with Jack and himself after he claimed Ed was being a bad influence, and it showed that Jack messaged him about wanting to go to Marbella with him to pick up women and live a gym lad lifestyle, as Jack puts it. He also mentioned that they were trending at the minute and wanted to ride this wave of popularity. It seemed that all this fame and popularity with Ed Matthews had got to Jack's head, and he was not thinking straight. And in his second apology video, he seemed to finally wake up and claim that he realized his mistakes. He said he wanted to get back to his roots of doing just gym content, and admits that he's been exploited by different people who he thought he could trust. He's recently also filmed a video with Joe Fazer again, who seems to be acting like a big brother for Jack and can hopefully help pull him out of the controversy. But this leads to a bigger question. Is this all Jack's fault? My honest opinion is that Jack has been given too much way too quickly and has been severely exploited and misled into a lot of these situations. He's just an 18-year-old kid who's admitted to not having many friends and being very socially awkward. He's going to be very vulnerable to people like Ed Matthews, who can promise him money to jump on a stream with him and 2 OF models. And to any young man, that just seems like a good time and a chance to make friends online. But in reality, it was just a way to use him for views. It's very easy to forget that all this happened from start to finish in 9 months, and Jack needs to learn very quickly who his true friends in the industry are, or he risks falling into even more controversy. And if you like this video and want to see more people tackling toxic gym culture, click the video that's on your screen now.
And so highly recommend you go and follow Big Craig, 31,000 followers.